Welcome back. In this lesson, we're going to cover how to handle a case when a subquery returns multiple values. As we saw in our last lesson, our subquery returns 3 values. And of course, this query is going to fail as we are searching only for one value. So if I check my subquery, I'm just going to run it. It returns 3 values as there are 3 employees in our employees table with the first name David. We're just going to mark those employee IDs for the future reference. So one way to handle multiple results is to use the in keyword. This just signifies to fetch all of the employees with employee ID, which will be returned by our subqueries. So our main query is going to return employees with employee IDs 105, 151, and 165. Let's test this out, and we can see this works. In this case, our query makes a comparison for the employee ID, where the employee ID is 105 or 151 or 165. So our query would interpret as where employee ID equals 105 or employee ID equals 151 or employee ID equals 165. This is now completely the same query how the engine interprets it, right? With the in keyword, we can also use the not keyword. So we're going to fetch all of the results which do not have employee ID of 105, 151, or 165. Let's test this out. And we can check indeed there is no 105, 151, or 165, right? And the engine would interpret this as employee ID differs than 105 and employee ID different than 151 and employee ID different than 165, right? This is completely the same query now, how the SQL engine sees it. Other way how to handle subqueries that return multiple values is to use the any keyword. And it would look like equals any. And this will be practically the same as the in keyword. However, we can use a single row comparison operators. So we could use the different than any of those, and so on. An important thing to remember is that any or some are synonyms. So this returns completely the same data. We could also use higher than, some, or any, again, synonym, and we would get results which have employee ID higher than 105, or 151, or 165, right? We can also make comparison by using the all keyword, and in this case, we're going to get only results back for each value that is returned by the subquery. As in, our employee ID has to be higher than 105, has to be higher than 151, and has to be higher than 165, right? So we got results only which are higher than 165, as 105 and 151 are lower than 165. This is it for this lesson. Be sure to practice this out, try with different use cases by yourself, and see you in the next one.